Hello everybody and welcome for a new video. This video is about Kerbal Space Program because as you know probably the first video on the previous Monday was on Kerbal Space Program, so it means that we are going for 10 videos of Kerbal Space Program each Monday, so not 10 per Monday but 10 total. So here we are just taking some missions because we need some missions to get money, and we will make just planes in this game because space program, but we can also go in the atmosphere like the NASA, because NASA before was NACA and ACA and was just making some planes to go faster than the sound wall. So it's a little bit of history, and we are making the first plane at normal speed. Why? Because I just lost a lot of the footages, and like I have almost 4 plane flights and I only have 2 to present you today, so it's 2 and it's nice, but it's not the force that I had. So I need to play Kerbal Space Program to have some gameplay to show you in the next video, but for this video we only have 2 plane and it's basically the same. So as you can see, I just unlocked one of the plane like the plane thing in the science laboratory, and I'm just using the basic parts to make a plane. So this will fly great, but it's very basic. I just have to place motors on it, and I'm using liquid fuel engine. I could use the solid fuel engine like a rocket, but it will not burn as long as this one, so I'm just making it really nice, short, and flying a lot of time. As you can see, it's not very expensive, it's only $7,000. It's much for a little plane like this, but for this game it's not that much money, and you can consider the fact that you can reuse it. If you get it to launch great, you can reuse it. A little spoiler, it's not my case. I am not very good to launch plane with those type of wheels, because I'm very good in creative mode, because I test everything on creative mode. I don't test the plane and rockets that I'm making for survival mode, but I'm just testing some things and playing with the mode and other. And in this I can always just make them back in one piece, but in survival mode with the little pieces of the beginning of the game I don't get the plane back. So obviously we are just starting to trying to fly. My computer is just lagging because it's very hard, but now as you can see we are on the runway that at the beginning of the game is just a path of dirt. It's not very nice. We can fly for over 53,000 delta V, so it's like making 3 or 4 times the Kerbin's tour you can make, but with this plane it will be very long, so please don't. And a little spoiler, I will get the mission because I'm able to make this flight, but I will not get the plane back. You can see in just 1 or 2 minutes what will he became, but as you can see this is not taking off at 80 meters per second. It's very fast, but the plane won't take off until the end of the ramp, and as you can see we taken off at the end of the ramp, so it was very dangerous. It was very dangerous, but we get it. So this plane is flying great. We just have to make a mission to make a crew report at the end, and it's pretty much all. So for this type of plane it's so unstable that even the SAS doesn't get it alone, so I need to control it by myself. As you can see, the altitude is pretty much stable at 250 meters height. So we can see the pilot in here. He looks a little bit not quiet, so no matter, because no problem is here. We can just make our way to the site, and then don't know the name, but we just need to go our way to that point. make our crew report and get back. So I could also take the pilot out of the plane and get back it from parachutes, but I wasn't knowing what will happen at the end, so I'm just flying this thing. I'm just taking a little bit of altitude, because like this we can turn without any risk of being just scratched into the water, because when you turn you lose altitude. So those path motors aren't enough to get our plane faster than 60 meters per second. Sure, it's fast, but for a plane it's very very low. For example, it's like 0.2 out of 1 of the max speed. It's like 20% of the Mach 1. It's very slow for a plane with 2 motors. So as you can see, we just made the mission and we have to turn back and get back to home. So starting our turn. And for a little bit of knowledge, when you turn you take G's on your face, because it's very very hard to support, and from a 60 degrees angle it's 2 G's, but for a 90 degrees angle it's 5.8 G's. So it just like go boom, and from 0 to 99% of the earth speed. And this is the pilot view, because you can pilot with the pilot view in Kerbal Space Program. I did it in the previous videos, but it's not very practical with some of the cockpits. This one is not very practical. My favorite one is the just next one, the MK1, but with the dome. It's my favorite of all. It's why even in creative I chose this one, even if it's not endgame. But this one it's not real nice, because as you can see you can't see a lot of things even unzoomed at maximum, because here I'm unzoomed at maximum. You can see some instruments that are used in real life, like the altimeter, the ground speed meter, and the other type of altimeters, the globe on the center, the atmosphere thing, and all the commands. It's very nice animated, and it is the moment to get back on the ground. So I wasn't quite sure that I can land on the landing site, because I'm not this precise, so I tried to get on the floor, but I don't saw my speed, and I'm actually at 68 meters per second. You know what? It's like going onto the floor while being at the speed of light when you're a human. It's not very nice. So we have to try it out. I just cut the video, but for you I can just tell you I just emptied the 2 cargoes on the middle, so there's no fuel in the middle of the plane. So it's why our Delta V just went to 50,000 to 8,000. It's like divided by 5, even 6, but this can take off very very well and fly just faster than the older one. So it's why the mission will be shorter, even if it's the same plane. So as you can see, we can even take off on the side of it, because I just went on the side and I can't just recover it, so I tried to take off from here. So when you can take off, just let the plane gain speed, and when it's very fast you can take off. So it's very dangerous. As you can see, we are very fast and we can't take off. So, and here we go on the very bottom of this. If I wasn't taking off here, I was on the sea. So again, it was dangerous, but you know it's Kerbal Space Program at the beginning of the game. So we are now flying to our destination at twice the speed as before, and even more than that, because we are at 115 meters per second. It's the half of the speed of Mach 1, and it's really faster than the older plane. So I just cut the motor to see what's going on, but no problem. We are at 180 meters per second from cruise speed. and we even went faster than this. We are at 1000 meters from the ground. So yes, we are at the site, and we can just make half turn at 5.8 Gs, because we are at the middle, and you can see the G-force bar on the right side, and you can see what's real hard in that. So we are really faster than the other plane. We just need to get back to the airport. So if you don't made it yet, you can subscribe, leave a like, comment. It's real nice for me, because for example, you can comment your ideas from that I can make in this game, because I'm not pretty sure what I will make after it. I know I will make suborbital flights and orbital flights, but for now I don't made it. And if you have any ideas that can help me through this gameplay, I take it. So now get back to the video. We are almost landed, so we just have to land on the landing piste, landing run site. I don't know the name in English, but we are just going on the right place to land, and we are slower than before. We are at only 47 meters per second, but it's still being really fast. So as you can see, it was almost nice, but not as nice as it can be. We saved the pilot. It's the important part. The bad one is that we destroyed all except the cockpit and the front wheel. So it's that for covering money, but for the other things we just lost everything. But no matters, because with the mission you won more money that you lose with that. I can also send a rocket to that place to get the money, but I just prefer making planes when I can make planes. So I make some science to get a little worth it from the mission, and we can get back to the game. So a little bit lying again, and that's what we want. So some money, some science, and other, and as you can see from my money, it was worth it. So this was the plane used on that mission, the fuel, and we can upgrade the buildings and go for the next Monday. So see you for the next video. Goodbye, and thank you for watching all.